It's interesting that when I first encountered your art, I felt a deep empathy with Chinese art. It was the philosophy.
Yes.
It was something about the metaphysical qualities of the art that resonated for me with Chinese painting.
My love of trees in winter comes from Chinese painting. When you see a field of birch trees in winter, or a forest of birch trees, you just see a Chinese painting of any century. I experience the beauty of the forest through experiencing the beauty of the painting. So I see the forest as brushstrokes. You know, the dark and the light of the bark of the tree I see as brushstrokes. And sometimes I ride through. I don't drive, so I'm always a passenger. I drive through it and I'm painting the trees as I see them. It's not a simple experience of painting, and it's not a simple experience of Chinese painting, but a profound experience of things as they are.
And when you look at a Chinese painting, somehow you're focusing on the elements of the painting as brushstrokes.
Yeah, it made a difference to a lot of things in my art, not just art. Mostly appreciation of nature, appreciation of paint. Looking at Chinese painting, the scroll painting as well as the hanging paintings, means something to me about not the nature of nature, the nature of things. That is profound. They told me something profound.
I love the idea that being in a birch forest, you can experience it as if it was painted. How does looking at a painting itself impact you?
The beauty of the painting itself.
So it's actually how it was painted as much as what it's depicting.
How it's painted more than what it's depicting.
I think that's actually the way the Chinese look at Chinese painting.
The newer paintings that look very minimal are done exactly the way the waterfalls are done. They're just poured paint. Paint is poured over a broader instead of a narrow area to make a waterfall. And so I think because they're more abstract, they take the artist further out of the image than the waterfall still has the artist in the image. People say, how did you do that? That means I'm in the image. I think of them as landscape paintings. The landscape is in the paint, so it's what's expressing itself is the paint itself.
Chinese painters from a very early time were never plein air painters of the real landscape. They were always removed from it at a conceptual level. They were thinking about landscape in the abstract.
Yes, and that's why I take myself out of the painting. I'm not trying to express anything. I'm letting the paint express itself. I want the painting to be a landscape in a way and to tell its story. I want the paint to tell its story. Some of them are purple and blue, some are red, some are orange, very bright.
Red is certainly a color that's identified with China. It's an auspicious color in China. Were you choosing that because of a connection to China?
I chose it because I wanted to get away from modernism and the placement of color to lead your eye around. The color mixes in your eye. You see the colors through each other. And if you come close, you see that the paint separates. You see the color under it and the color under that. And that makes the color you see with your eye. They have to be very carefully calibrated. So it's like conducting a symphony. I orchestrate the colors.
In a way, how each of these dripped paintings or poured paintings comes out is something that you're engineering, but in the end, it's also an act of spontaneous creation.
I just go with instinct. I have nothing to lose.
I think that's a good model for all of us to follow.
For anything we
Yes,
do. I think so too.